I think we're on the verge of seeing a soft party split. Let me explain. So think of it sort of like a political compass, except we have different axes here. The x-axis is social issues. So the social left goes from woke to fash, right? And then the economic axis goes from capitalist to socialist. Traditionally, the Democratic Party was up here. Socially left, but economically kind of center. But really capitalist if it came down to it. The Republican Party was also very capitalist, but on the socially regressive side. Ideally, we'd all still be cavemen, but they'll tolerate society if they can get to lord over a country club. As we've dragged them kicking and screaming into the future, a lot of people recently are starting to notice this free real estate down here. And it's not just about economic philosophy, it's also tied deeply into this anti-institutional populist feeling. And the pitch was that leftists were down here. And believe it or not, the alt-right is mostly up here, but does reach down here further than you might realize. As faith in crumbling establishments fade, people get politically deactivated or have never been active, and overall, the desire increases for something more economically progressive. People yearn to see politicians doing something that they see tangible results of. The danger is in where people are putting the blame and what that leads to in the near future. I believe Donald Trump is a toxic last gasp of an attempt at a conservative coalition. When he goes, which will be soon, what happens? I think they're going to see a very fast version of what's been happening down here for the past decade or so. Because, while Bernie Sanders pulled from here, he was running on a hypothesis. What if we prioritized white men's working class economic issues over social issues? His campaigns, his supporters are all very white. And while a lot of the momentum recruited from young people who consider themselves progressive left Democrats, it's built some assumptions that aren't really present anymore. For example, that we all care about and value social issues, that we care about different types of people. And we're starting to see over the past decade, especially as they've failed to get wins, that come to more and more of a breaking point. There are a lot of white men for whom class issues are their only obstacle to dominance. And that is the only thing they really seem to value when it comes down to it. And a lot of them seem to have this bias, especially any of them who've been in the alt-right for a time, that if we just shut up about women for a bit, if we shut up about people of color, about queer people, that they could finally get the real wins, the important ones. That this is a distraction. This is a bias. Every successful movement for progress has been led by queer Black women. The people who have the most on the line are going to be your smartest, hardest fighters. There is no organizing without the Black community. So down here, we're starting to see the divide. It looks a little bit like this. And these are the people who don't care if, say, you have a Totenkopf tattoo. They are morally consistent because they weren't ever actually about this. They were just about this. And in this cultural climate, they're no longer seeing this as the cost of doing business. The Republican Party, meanwhile, is a powder keg between the establishment elites and the anti-establishment rule breakers. And on this side of the aisle, they see this axis as more so about the rule follower establishment, rule breaker, anti-establishment vibes, where economics are the secondary. So way up here, you have the Evangelical Heritage Foundation establishment and most Republican donors. Even though big tech is pretty libertarian, they realize they benefit from these power structures and are most likely to support them. Despite being a big business guy, weirdly, Donald Trump's origins were here. 4chan supported him and started the alt-right and threw him up just to burn everything down and see what happens. And they've been really disappointed with how his administrations have gone because he's compromised. He's not gone far enough. This is, I think, also a lot of the MAGA base who believe in things like, we gotta release the Epstein files and take down the deep state. They feel very hurt and betrayed right now. And I believe the rumors that a lot of Republicans are getting ready to split. Marjorie Taylor Greene especially starting to speak out against Trump. She wants this base. She sees it's free real estate. And I think she's very flexible on her actual positions and morals to get it. I think the Maha hippie health nut anti-vaxxer group also falls down here more. Though some of them are more trad-wifey and might be up here. And I bet you right now, Republicans are terrified trying to find a way to keep this coalition together. They will try to keep Donald Trump alive as long as they can. That's not gonna hold. A big way they'll try to do this is to bait young, angry white men into supporting traditional religious values to tie them into this, so they don't go back to being apolitical, angry libertarians and edgelords. So that's the angle J.D. Vance is going to try to play up more and more. Losing Charlie Kirk really hurt because that was their linchpin to kind of tie that together and reach those audiences authentically. J.D. Vance does not have a natural riz. So he's going to be taking more pot shots to the left, towards women, towards people of color, because he's just trying to impress edgy young white boys. Can he be performative enough? I don't know. He's not a good actor. They're not perceptive viewers. I think Vance could try to play up this angle more, but then to keep this space happy, I bet you he's going to get divorced and then wed to Erica Kirk. Frankly, that's my biggest prediction. But if they can't pull that off, or people don't fall for it, we're going to see another split here. This quadrant becomes ruled by the populist right. Uh-oh, we've noticed a trend. A collection of mostly white people who are mostly edgy, countercultural, and angry at the establishment, no matter who wins. This becomes a real coalition around things like, say, hating Israel, maybe some anti-vax stuff, stopping woke, getting rid of the elites. This is called a third way group, or a right-of-brown alliance. A lot of the young, impressionable lefties over here, even if they're not tankies already, are inevitably on that path. A path highly socially absent and flexible for some of the social ideas of this group. And overall, this group will be pulled in this direction because these people are just more effective than these people. Little pro-gun socialist clubs are nice in all those little chapters. The alt-right took over the Republican Party and got to the White House. They will be the leaders, and these people will be more so the followers. Kind of like how the Democrat Party has the establishments and the progressives as like the secondary slot. I'm not worried that Marjorie Taylor Greene could win any election. I'm a little worried about Nick Fuentes running for this sort of ticket, though. And they could end up running under either party. I think they're savvy enough to realize making a formal third party won't work. They may go a bit of both, but this is the coalition that's forming. Republicans are going to try to stop this because this hurts them more than their opponents, but it does hurt Democrats a little too. I'm not going to help these people out. This group doesn't have the people, this group doesn't have the money, unless they can get the rare, weird tech guy, like maybe Elon Musk, to turn on the others. Like he hates Peter Thiel. So like Elon Musk could kind of be their guy. But this is going to be a real power struggle numbers game. On the left here, this seems like it'll hurt a lot. There will be lots of peer pressure, especially in more like online and social settings, to, oh, just, support the anti-establishment guy. This is who will win. This is what we need to win. We have to look past that a little bit. Because while the old way has neglected this bottom, this new divide and chaos has made the whole left free real estate. Like, a lot of leftists are basically giving up on the left right now. And there is no reason to compromise in any part on the well-being of immigrants, on trans people, on people of color, on women, because why? If anyone had any problem with any of those people, they're voting this way anyway. Don't worry about it. Recognize this is a Target style situation. Most people like diversity. This is weird. It's loud, but it's weird. It's a minority opinion. Strong, unwavering social values will find very broad appeal. And luckily, there's so much hate for like up here, it's pretty easy to win over a lot of voters. So steadfastly protect everyone's rights. Focus on maybe a couple economic issues. Medicare for all is super winnable. It will also pull some of these people back in. But yeah, I don't know. Protect abortion rights. Protect the environment. There's no reason not to. Because your social opposition is a split vote now. I'm seriously hoping to see a Black person, a Hispanic person, and or a woman on the Democratic ticket. That's going to be a bigger rallying point than ever. Otherwise, all of us truly are left behind. And when this just becomes the election of white men, the House always wins. So, fuck these people. I don't consider them part of my movement anymore. Never bend on people. They're only going to take another step back.